Never gonna have Ways and Means.
Are there any other votes? Announce the results.
Ayes 109, noes 0.
The bill is passed. Mr. Morelli.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to ask members of the Ways and Means Committee to convene in the Speaker's conference room. Mr. Farrell is waiting for members of the Ways and Means Committee in the Speaker's conference room.
Ways and Means, Speaker's Conference Room. Mr. Morelli.
Yes, thank you, sir. Let me go to our debate list. Take up the following three bills in this order. We're going to begin with calendar number 226 on page 12 by Mr. Crespo. We're going to follow it up with calendar number 603 on page 44 by Mr. Kim. And in this group of bills, we'll then go to calendar number 685 on page 54 by Ms. Barrett.
Clerk will read.
Assembly 5980A, Calendar 226, Mr. Crespo. An act in relation to requiring a study and report on banking products and services.
Read the last section.
This act shall take effect immediately.
Clerk will record the vote.
Are there any other votes? Announce the results.
Ayes 97, noes 2.
The bill is passed.
Assembly 6621B, Calendar 603, Mr. Kim, an act to amend the New York State Urban Development Corporation Act.
Read the last section.
This act shall take effect immediately.
Clerk will record the vote. Mr. Kim to explain his vote.
Thank you, Mrs. Speaker. Right now, as we're up here working hard for the people of New York, there are thousands of mom and pop store owners, especially from minority and immigrant communities, who lack credit history that are struggling to get by every single day. They often rely on unconventional lending circles or borrow money from underground loan sharks to get by. Over the last few decades, we've seen a rise of microfinance, micro-lending institutions that have done tremendous work to alleviate the situation. This legislation is a step toward making sure that those institutions are fully supported, and I think we can do a lot more as a state to make sure that those micro-lending companies who function to work with these mom and pop stores to build credit and giving low-interest loans to businesses that cannot have access to the big banks for them to give them a chance to survive and even thrive in this tough economy. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I encourage my colleagues to vote in the affirmative.
Are there any other votes? Announce the results.
Ayes 89, noes 0.
The bill is passed.
Assembly 8110A, Calendar 685, Ms. Barrett. An act to require the Department of Environmental Conservation to prepare recommendations.
An explanation has been requested.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is a bill that requires the DEC to develop recommendations for residential properties to help consumers understand what they can do to protect their properties from ticks and their families from what's become a scourge in our region and our state.
Ms. Corwin,
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Would the sponsor yield?
do you yield?
Of course.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Just a real quick question. Normally, when I look at these types of bills, you get some sort of support from organizations that would benefit from the regulations. For example, the Empire State Lyme Disease Association, I would assume, would be in support of something like this. However, I did have some discussions with them, and they're actually opposed to it. And I just wanted to see if there's something I'm missing here in the bill. I was told that that the DC already has good recommendations, and there are too many people who would benefit from a change in the laws, and so they're not in support of this. What are the DEC's regulations right now, and how would this bill be changing them?
They're not changing the regulations, they're just making this information more accessible. The idea is to have on their website, and it's their choice where they want to put it, the kind of information that would help people, because too many people don't understand what they can do to protect themselves, to protect their lawns. There are a range of products that are available. There are things that people can do using organic substances, using any number of things, but none of that information is at any single place and made available to people. So the idea is this is part of a package of 3 bills that we're putting forward to try to increase awareness and consumer opportunities to protect themselves, in a number of different ways.
Okay. Does the DEC have recommendations already? So they've already studied this subject, and they have the information. It's just a matter of publicizing it?
No, not specifically, but they're not obliged to develop this themselves. They can work with Cornell, they can work with Carey Institute, they can work with a number of other institutions that are doing this, but they haven't, and the DEC seems like it's the natural repository for this kind of information to be made available.
Right, that's why
To your earlier question, we do have the support of the New York Alliance for Environmental Concerns, which is a collective membership representing approximately 4,000 green industry professionals, and they are in support. It's a whole bunch of other organizations that have supported this.
Okay. All right, I'll take it up with them and just see what their concerns are. It just doesn't seem to make sense to me. It seems like a pretty reasonable bill to make the information available and to allow it to be modified according to best practices.
I would agree, and we haven't heard from them. They didn't come to us directly on this at all.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Read the last section.
This act shall take effect immediately.
Clerk will record the vote.